Very good evening to everyone present here. I am Rucha from Vazay College.
And I'm Abuzad from St. Andrews College.
It is my pleasure to welcome our guest speaker for today, Mr. D. Sivanandan, teachers and students to the webinar on cybercrime and ethics, organized by Public Concern for Governance Trust in collaboration with Vazay Model United Nations and NSS unit of St. Andrews College. First and foremost, let me give you a brief introduction of Public Concern for Governance Trust. It was founded by the late Mr. B.G. Deshmukh, former Cabinet Secretary to the Government of India, Mr. Julio Ribeiro, former Mumbai Police Commissioner and Director General of Police, Punjab, and Dr. R.K. Anand, pediatrician and former Director of Jaslok Hospital, in order to strive for good governance in the city of Mumbai. PCGT has initiated the Youth for Governance YFG program to sensitize youth on issues of governance. Kuch Aur program, which focuses on value education for responsible citizens. Right to Information program to spread awareness about the effective use of RTI, and Corruption Hatayenge to act as a watchdog, which can agitate, build public opinion, litigate, and guard against undue political interference. Campus Ambassadors Program, Constitutional Literacy Program, and more. PCGT is organizing this webinar in collaboration with Vazay Model United Nations and NSS unit of St. Andrews College. BG Vazay College is a multi-faculty institution established in 1984 by the Kekar Education Trust. Vazay College is the first NAC accredited college in the state of Maharashtra with top 5-star ranking, and was re-accredited in the second cycle with A grade by Maharashtra State Board of Secondary and Higher Secondary Education. It has emerged as a role model of quality academic education. Vazay Model United Nations, organized by the 12th grade students of Vazay College, is a learning-oriented conference where we attempt to provide students across India with healthy debate about significant global issues. This year, we anticipate a simulation of diverse and highly pertinent committees that will cover a wide array of geographical areas. And we are confident that every delegate will be able to find a Vazayman committee that sparks his or her interest and allows them to truly blossom as a diplomat. Over to you, Abuzad.
Thank you, Rucha. Let me give you a brief detail about St. Andrews College. St. Andrews College, located in Bandra, was founded back in 1983 and is a learning space for more than 4,000 junior college as well as degree college students. With an A-grade NAC accreditation and the motto Enlighten the Darkness, St. Andrews aims to prepare the students for a bright future. The NSS, or National Service Scheme unit of St. Andrews College, has always been known for actively participating in numerous activities like blood donation drives, awareness campaigns, beach cleanups, and more. NSS not only helps its volunteers develop a more outgoing personality through social work and turning the youth into sensitized citizens, it also actively engages to help the underprivileged and people in times of need. Now, let me give you a brief about our speaker for the day, Mr. D. Sivanandan sir. D. Sivanandan sir was the police commissioner of Mumbai, promoted as the aftermath of 2008 Mumbai terror attacks. He is one of the most highly regarded IPS officers in India. With an illustrious career spanning several postings during his 35 years of service, he has dedicated his life to the eradication of corruption and organized crime, and is renowned for his use of strategy and intelligence to uphold the rule of law. He has also started an initiative called Roti Bank that collects leftovers from restaurants, clubs, and parties in Mumbai, stores it in vans, and distributes it to poor before the food gets stale. Sivanandan sir is also a trustee of PCGT. A couple of instructions before we begin. Please keep your microphones on mute when someone else is speaking. Please directly unmute and speak if you have to answer or ask a question. You are requested to keep your cameras on if possible. Also, we would be having a Q&A session at the end of this webinar. And if you have any questions, please note it down. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. A brilliant introduction. And thank you, members of the PCGT and students of St. Andrews College and also students of Vasai College and the various others who have joined. It's a very, very fantastic opportunity for talking to people, young people like you. And I also used to be a professor between 1974, 75, 76. And while teaching economics in the University of Madras, I thought life could be made a little more interesting. So I appeared for the UPSC, that is the exam where you get selected to IAS, IPS, IFS. I got it into the IPS in the first attempt and I never looked back. I never knew the difference between various services. Of course, there is no difference also. I wanted excitement and I got into police and the life has never been the same. My life has been roller coaster ride. In a short 1 minute introduction, I can say I spent 6 years in the Intelligence Bureau, 11 years in the state of Maharashtra as DCP, Superintendent of Police and various other things. 6 years heading the crime branch of Mumbai City. We eliminated the entire underworld. See a movie called Company with Ajay Devgan, Vivek Oberoi, Manisha Koirala and Mohan Lal. Mohan Lal acts as me. I worked 6 years as Commissioner of Police in the city of Nagpur, Thane and Mumbai. Mumbai after the 26/11 attack by Pakistanis. Then I became the Director General of Police Maharashtra. That is the entire state of Maharashtra. 2.5 lakh policemen used to work under me. Then I worked in the National Security Advisor's Office, which is directly under the PMO. Then I worked, this is after retirement. I worked in the Reserve Bank of India for 3 years with Dr. Raghuram Rajan. So, and now I work in 10 companies as an independent director and also 15 NGOs I work as a trustee. PCGT is one of them. I run my own roti bank, as the person introduced me said. We have fed 7 million people so far in 3 years and 6 million people we have fed only during pandemic time. So that's my introduction. And I have been asked to speak about this cyber crime. Particularly, I was excited to talk to you people because young people are mostly the victims of cyber crime today. Morphing, denuding, shaming, and various other things are happening to them. Many of them are able to come out to the police or parents or mentors and mention about it. Some people do suffer. There have been a lot of young children who have been taken and forcibly, violently raped because of the misuse of social media, Facebook, and various other things. So today, if you see in the newspaper, it does mention about a news saying over 1.5 billion Facebook users' personal data found for sale on Hacker Forum. I wanted to put it in my PPT, but unfortunately, I could not do that. But I'll share it with Raj. If he's there listening to me, he can share it with the others who are important people. Further, they can share. So Facebook is hacked. Also, the what is it? Your ID for the entire country called UAID. No, that is that the biometrics of all Indians are there. Aadhaar card, yes, Aadhaar card has been hacked. Yahoo, whoever is using Yahoo earlier, they've all been hacked. So are all the clubs where club memberships are all available, they are all been hacked. And all brilliant Amazon and this and that things, the stores have been hacked. Now we are not safe in the cyber world. All future crimes will be committed by cyber crime people only. So this is the most dangerous criminal you will face in your career, whatever job you do. Most of the crimes, if there, even murder, cyber murder can be done. And the cyber criminals are the first to adapt to new technology. In my presentation, it is 5:15, so 6 o'clock until 6 o'clock, 45 minutes. I will show you how they have been always 2 steps ahead of the law enforcement, whether it is FBI or CIA, KGB or CBI, whoever they are 3 steps ahead of them. So this is a faceless criminal who can commit a crime from any place to any place in the world, and going and catching them is just not possible. So I will tell about Bank of Bangladesh, where they take away $1 billion 6 years before, In 6 years of investigation, they have not been able to detect even $1 or arrest one person. So, my dear young friends, in a minute's time on the internet, which you are all using now, without internet, you can't even survive for half an hour. You will be like fish out of water. See what's happening, how much of frantic activities are happening in each arena. For example, your email, 197.6 million emails are sent in 1 minute, not 1 hour. This is 1 minute. In Netflix, 28,000 subscribers are watching the movies. And in Instagram, 695,000 stories are being shared. So you can see that. You can see in other areas also. You can see in YouTube, 500 hours of content is being uploaded or downloaded. So if that is what is happening, everything is out in the open. If anyone says it is encrypted and decrypted, 2-3 years before, I had mentioned in various meetings like this, that your internet or your iCloud or your WhatsApp messages, where they say that it is encrypted and it can't be decrypted by anybody, is a false promise. I mentioned about Pegasus in 2018-19. In my public meetings, I warned people that Pegasus can go and take away all your information, and including your location, they can switch on camera, but very few people listen to that. Even now, after much of a rousing, the entire parliament session was stopped because of this Pegasus, but still people are not aware. People are daily getting cheated. In the newspaper, if you read, people are all taken for a ride in the internet, and they're losing their money, losing their life, losing everything. So I have taken this opportunity to warn all people, young people like you, that be careful, be very, very careful. Nobody is smart enough. The others, the criminals there, are 200 times smarter than the Vasai College or Andrew College students and various others. So as a young boy, any 15 years, 20 years, 19 years, even 10, 11 years, that boy, a hacker, can shut down a government sitting in his basement or in the parking lot or in his house or room. He can steal money without touching the crime scene. Earlier, as policemen, we always thought some criminal came and left his footprint or fingerprint, and with that we could catch them and things like that. But now, when you are not there in the crime scene, where is the footprint or fingerprint? Laughable policeman you will become. One can control the high-end cars you buy, BMW and Mercedes-Benz. They are all computer-driven cars, like autopilot and things like that. Some hacker can run another car behind you and make your car go at 200 kilometers and crash you. It is possible. They can rob a bank of billions of dollars in minutes. It happened to Bank of Bangladesh. $1 billion was removed. It didn't happen in minutes. They took 2 years to sit there in the computer, understand, study, and then they took away $83 million in 2 days, Friday evening to Saturday, Sunday. I will explain that later. They can shut down power grids and nuclear plants. For example, 2-3 months before in Mumbai, there was an outage. Power outage was there. And allegedly, it came in the press, the power minister, I think Nitin Raut, was telling that this is done by the Chinese hackers, and they did that only as a warning. And they could do, like a nuclear plant of Iran was stopped by Americans by using a remote controlled virus called Stuxnet, Stuxnet. You can all Google search and find out. An entire nuclear plant, the centrifugal pumps were all deactivated. They ruined it. They can assume the identity of billions of victims like you and me. That is, Aadhaar card is covering 1 billion people, and also various other shops and other places 1 billion people are registered. Their medical reports can be changed. Already the Prime Minister has started a movement where all your medical reports can be encrypted, decrypted in the hospital everywhere in the health scheme. They're issuing a health card where one number and you will have everything. But what if I get into the system and change your blood group? If you have a heart problem, somebody has a heart problem, I change it to lungs problem. So, or something else. I can hack people to pieces by changing your medical history. So, murder of a person by changing medical records or downloading insulin or making their pacemaker in the heart, by pressing a remote button, make him jump like a butterfly and kill him. And the postmortem will show that he died of the mechanical device malfunction. That is the pacemaker. This is how murders can be done. So, ladies and gentlemen and young friends, all future crimes are going to be done through these devices. Now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit for a second or two on all these things. Mobile recharge shop, what happens there? Debit card cloning, keylogger is a software, SMS spoofing, call spoofing, all these things, whatever you have seen. I hope you are all opening your eyes and seeing all that. So this is what the things where you could become a potential victim. I will now deep dive into that. Common scams are personal emergency. Somebody sends a message that I am, after hacking your systems, anybody's contact sent to all of them that I'm stuck up in London airport, I want $1,000, I'm your friend, and things like that. It happens regularly. You owe me money scam, online dating scam. Most of the youngsters, I went to Tamil Nadu before the pandemic, delivered a lecture to 15,000 college going students, because on online dating, a girl was taken, raped violently, and later she was killed. To stop that, I had gone there. So infected computer means ransomware. You can infect your computer, encrypt your data, and for releasing it, I can ask for money. It's called ransomware. IRS and Medicare and Social Security schemes, they can also fall a victim. It happens in villages. Not, you don't go to Mumbai to mobile recharge, but in Lucknow or in UP or in Bihar, all the villagers go there and get a mobile recharge. So there, the guys will introduce a pornography or any other thing and start blackmailing the girls and using them for varieties of wrong purposes, sex or whatever it is. Whatever happens there. Once you are caught in the net, in the black dark area of blackmailing, anything can happen to anybody. So this is one, you have to be careful. Debit card or credit card skimming happens when the PIN is revealed. Whenever you are the lust for money overtakes people, they ask people from Jamtara, you please see a movie called Jamtara in Netflix, or so many other. There is a movie called something in BBC documentary that also explains about the social networking and things like that. I will remember that movie and tell you. So a scamster who knows the PIN and has possession of the card, even for a short while, can replicate the card and take away entire money from your bank account. Particularly elderly people who are doing mobile banking and all that can lose their money. Even young people can be victims. Keylogger. It is a malicious program where anybody can know which are the passwords which you are pressing first. For example, if my password is 84561, then I pressed first is seen by the software, and then 5 and 6 and 3 and 1. So they will replicate it and open my computer system and do whatever they like. This is a keylogger software. There is also a software called Doxy. I don't know whether all of you have heard. It gives 1 billion password options for the person who introduced the program in your system. 1 billion, my dear young friends. And so any password you have used, unless it is a 10-digit password or a 12-digit password with multiple variations, this Doxy will open anybody's computer and they can do that. SMS spoofing is a malicious program. Shopping online has to be done keeping guidelines in mind, and they can send a phishing SMS or fake websites, or they can send SMS from your parents or anybody and take you to unknown place and things like that. And pictures, call spoofing. It will be like your father, mother, brother, girlfriend, whoever it is. In their voice, A mimicked voice can tell you that your father is admitted in the hospital, rush there, and things like that. I'm giving you a small example. It can be anything imaginable can happen. So this call spoofing, mimicking my voice or your voice, or for that matter, any Hillary Clinton's voice also can be mimicked. So that is another thing. What is the what is it you have to do when you hear such a thing? Ring up anybody and confirm whether what information you get is true or not. Don't respond immediately as we respond for emergencies. Ransomware in Mumbai, many of the CEOs have suffered this. A lot of criminals have introduced pornography or various other things in the CEO's mobile or internet and other places, and they demanded money. Normally in ransomware, it is encrypting your entire data. Today we can afford to lose anything, the family, but you can't lose the data. People are willing to pay money, 300 bitcoins or whatever it is. So that's been happening from 2014 in Mumbai. So now I'm sure those guys have made much more improvement and longer strides. Cyber stalking, to all of you, it can happen when you're in college or when you go to a job, when you join a company or anywhere. Stalking physically is also a crime under 354 IPC, Indian Penal Code. In the Information Technology Act 2000, this is a specific crime. So now somebody will ask me as to what do how do I prove to the police? They will ask for proof. You can use your own mobile every day that somebody is coming behind you. That is the physical stalking. In cyber stalking, in your cyber device, you have got evidence. What I'm showing you on the left side, their messages, their harassing text or picture or what a text, I mean text or pictures or whatever it is, evidence already there. Only point is when somebody is talking, he is not going to use his own identity. He will assume other identity which can be analyzed, and the equipment used can be always traced, and the person can be taken to task. Like picture morphing, you can take my picture, your picture, anybody's picture. Here it is a very nice, very good example, but you can make a monkey out of this man, or you can make anything out of anybody, and you can strip him of the clothes and anything. I'm just showing you, because you are all young people, I'm showing you very benign, very soft kind of a thing. It can be anything imaginable can be done. Now the same thing, we can make him to sing, dance, and also do various things. So that's possible technology wise. It's a simple application of software. You could be a victim, somebody else could be a victim. Don't ever forward it. Don't ever think that they have done that. Go to that fake checking site and check whether it is a fake. 100% it has to be fake. So your profile can be hacked on email or a social networking site, and that is what has been done by various criminals and the stalker, and they can compromise it, and they can introduce varieties of things. Like for example, some young girl can be called that I am a prostitute, I am available for sex, this is my mobile number, and your mobile number will be given. Thousands of people will be calling you. You will be ashamed, to say the least. So be careful about what you are putting up in your profile and in your social networking and Instagram and various other things. Online games is a dangerous thing happening today. PUBG or Blue Whale and things like that. Girls who are vulnerable to loneliness or suffer from low self-esteem and clinical depression can fall prey to dangerous online games that may become addictive and further harm. These things can end in killing yourself or killing somebody else. Blue Whale is an example, PUBG and various other things. People are trying to ban, but things doesn't happen. Children want adventurous things, it happens. This is the TCS or Infosys or various companies like RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Fake websites are created. The picture of the CEO is put there. Their signature is there. Everything looks the same except for a small alteration there. So everyone believes they offer 10,000, 20,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs and all that. People are collecting money by offering jobs to people like you. You are all in the college. You will be all looking for becoming something or the other in corporates. Be very careful about this kind of sites and these kind of offers. Don't part with money. Check, double check and triple check. Don't become a victim of such kind of things, because I have alerted you, you heard my lecture. Deep fake is a technique that is used to combine and superimpose new images and video onto source image. That is, my picture is source image. You can superimpose anything on that and create a video. It is used to create videos where the voice or face of another superimposed on the original in such a way that the viewer or listener cannot distinguish or doubt the veracity of the movie which is created. TikTok and various other things. These are deep fakes, like Narendra Modi saying something as a video, his voice, his figure, his facial movement, everything is matching. Or Rahul Gandhi. All these are generated by interested people. It can be anybody else, you or me or anybody. Dating website, all of you being young, very, very young people, be very careful about this. Never ever go for a unknown dating on the first time, online dating and things like that. If anybody is trying to do that, you have to always go with an escort, somebody accompanying you and then verifying and all that. I know of an investigative journalist who fell prey for such kind of a thing. They asked for $300 and asked again for $2,000. Then she became alert. She never knew that person asking for his money and promising to marry was a man, woman, or anybody, animal, or what it is. She never knew because it was done anonymously. But unfortunately, in that case, she parted with her address, original address of the house. That is dangerous. So when you are dating or when you are talking to people in an affectionate way, whichever way it is, don't ever part with all this vital information, because the security and safety of not only you, even your family can be compromised. This is coming from a policeman. I have worked for the last 45 years. So be very, very, very careful about that. Recently, you heard about the Pegasus software from Israel released by a company called NSO used in India. So camera hacking can happen by introduction of that. There is no need for any permission. There is no need for anything. If they have Pegasus software, of course, for each mobile or a laptop, they have to spend 1 crore of rupees. Without our knowledge, your entire system is hacked. They can switch on your camera and record what you are doing in the house, or they can see email or WhatsApp, everything. A copy can be going into their supercomputer. So be careful about that, what you are doing and what you are talking, what you are chatting. For example, in this NCB, Narcotics Control Bureau, you all young people, you know what happened to this Shah Rukh Khan's son. And all his WhatsApp messages, or earlier Deepika Padukone or that Riya Chakrabarti, all those WhatsApp messages were all downloaded, created. In Bangalore, some 20, 30, 40 cinema stars and others were all arrested based on WhatsApp chats which were deleted. They could get it there and then they can arrest on the basis of WhatsApp chat. So camera hacking can take you to prison and put in the web of NCB. One good. Social trolling, you are all doing it. We are all, you or me, or not me, others are all doing social trolling, but they are inflammatory messages or visual about a person or organization in an online community with the express purpose of causing humiliation, nuisance to the object of trolling. It could become a serious crime. It could, if it is about communities, religion, Hindu, Muslim, Christianity, it can become a very, very serious crime. One can go to jail for long enough time. So cyberbullying, cyber stalking, I mentioned. Cyberbullying is another one all of you can become victim of. Be careful about that. There is a crime in the Indian Penal Code, also in the Information Technology Act 2000. Cyberbullying is the use of technology to harass, threaten, embarrass, or target any other person. Online threats and mean, aggressive, or rude texts, tweets, or posts or messages, all of them will count as cyberbullying. So be careful. Body shaming, all that kind of thing which happens amongst youngsters can amount to a crime. A lot of people can get into depression and commit suicide, and you have done something like that, you would be arrested for 306 and various sections. This is a blue whale I mentioned about that. It has become old now. There are new things which have come into that. So these are the digital payments, online frauds and all have become during the pandemic time. It has become more and more and more. So this is that work from home causing increased number of cyber attacks in India, 500% to 1000%. I've given the number. You can see the number. The number of cyber attacks in India has already crossed 6,700,000 in the first 6 months of 2021. And cyber experts believe fears of it increasing in the months to come. So the figure in 2020, India reported 1.6 million cases related to cybersecurity, which has 3x higher than the previous year. Now, 2022 will report that in 2021, we had multiple million cases. So this is a ransomware. It is increased by 64% year on year between August 20 and July 21. So you could all become victims. So be careful about ransomware. What you have to do, you have to inform your parents or inform your counselor, professor, go to the cybercrime police station, or if anybody is not able to break through, I could always be contacted. Web-borne threats doubled in India in Q2 of 2021. Q2 will be March to July. So that is what is the period, is April to June 21. So this has increased by quite a bit. It is all in crores. If you can read quickly, you can read that. For shortage of time, I am not elaborating on each. But if you catch the point, that is enough for me. Cloud hacking. India now second most target nation after the US. India is a growing economy, and we are almost third or fifth or biggest nation in the world, and India now second ranks only to US, second rank to US in most security threats on cloud, followed by next to us, below us is Australia, Canada, and Brazil. And malware was a technique used most often in reported incidents. With the shift to a more flexible pandemic workforce, cyber criminals have introduced new and updated threats and tactics in campaigns targeting prominent sectors such as government, financial services, entertainment, oil production, electricity supply, nuclear plants, and various others. Data loss is a big thing. Data security is a key duty of any organization. With a surge in data generation, cyber criminals have increased their ability to infiltrate and steal data for harmful purposes. As a result, organizations implementing data loss protection methods to protect sensitive data against security flaws. Kaspersky is one of them. As per reports, a compound annual growth rate, the company may, when you work, you will know, CAGR, of 22.3% between 19 and 27 is predicted for the data loss prevention business. If you start that company, you will all be winners. That is, you start a company for against data loss. That is data loss protection company. So apps of 16 popular smart home devices are vulnerable to cyber attack. I am showing you here. Apps like Google Home, Amazon Echo, and 14, you are all using these things. I'm not using that because I don't know about that. I can only give a lecture. Smart home devices contain critical cryptographic flaws that could allow hackers to intercept and modify traffic. Devices powered by Internet of Things, IoT, are becoming increasingly ubiquitous in households. But the popularity means people are at risk of cyber intrusions, and IoT devices can be leveraged but to spy on victims. For example, your Alexa. IoT of cyber attacks have doubled during the first half of 2021 compared to last year, according to cyber security firm Kaspersky. I mentioned that you could start one company called Kaspersky type. Attacks on India's CoWIN app. All of us are using this for Arogya Setu, downloading your vaccine and downloading e-pass and things like that. Already it has been hacked. It has been, we have a lot of incidences of things like that. I will leave that and then go further to that. The SolarWinds attack is considered to be among the worst cyber espionage. Espionage means spying incidents ever suffered by the United States. Some of the biggest and most important organizations globally, including NATO, the Government of United Kingdom, and European Parliament and Microsoft, were reportedly affected. According to the intelligence, the hacking group Cozy Bear, allegedly backed by Russia, was part of this classic supply chain attack, which involved more than 200 organizations worldwide. This is a very, very important thing for you to remember, that Russia, China, Pakistan, and Iran, Iraq, and countries like this, Afghanistan maybe. No, of course, Afghanistan is in a war zone. These are the countries where they develop hackers, protect them, and applaud them, support them for attacking the enemy countries. So this is a very, very important slide which I am showing, SolarWinds attack, which has happened recently. So be careful and be protective. LinkedIn phishing. I mean, I don't know whether most of you are on the LinkedIn. You are all on Instagram and other things. LinkedIn is all people in the job network and various others. They profile their jobs and things like that. It has been hacked. LinkedIn is one of the most popular social networks, 756 million members in more than 200 countries worldwide. The popularity has brought it in the crosshairs of attacks. And with the recent news of a massive data breach in the company, which reports that scraped data of 500 million LinkedIn users were being sold online. Online means what? There is a dark web area where you can go and buy credit card, debit card, these kind of messages, like I mentioned about the Facebook links, all those things, even weapons, narcotics, all those things can be purchased in the dark web. Don't ever go there. If you go, you may not come back in proper shape. So these links would lead to malicious software or backdoors being downloaded into the victim systems. So this is about data. Air India was compromised. Indian Railway Service was compromised. So here, this Telangana government site was attacked by the Chinese hackers. So is USA, even Pentagon, the defense system of USA has been hacked by Chinese hackers. Their weather system or power system, all of them have been hacked. So they are all victims. So these Chinese attackers have been calling, this I mentioned earlier, that is October 13th last year, we had a power outage, power shortage, or everything went off into darkness. They said it's a warning shot. So PM Modi's website was also hacked by people, and that is a very, very dangerous thing. So here you can see this is dangerous. Now, hold on. There is a small problem I have. Yes. So over 100 million credit and debit cards were leaked into dark web. I mentioned about dark web, where you can buy narcotics and weapons and all these things. All these things are available. If you have seen that, it is fine. Now SBI has been also hacked, and phishing scam, and all that is many companies. Sexual harassment goes online and complaints are pouring in. This is Mumbai. You are all Mumbaikars, and these are all going. And unknown attacks are more. Leave alone you and me. There are some top people here. Russia hacked DNC to help Trump win. This was inquired by the FBI director called Rob Mueller as to how Russia hacked the election in favor of Donald Trump. It was an inquiry done. And what happened to that? Nobody knows. This is again hacking of Hillary Clinton. She was also a candidate. The man who did that, or woman who did that, is known by the name Guccifier 2.0, hacked into the Democratic Party computers, pulled out thousands of emails, and Hillary Clinton was who? She was the Home Secretary. She was the Home Minister of the United States of America, and they hacked into her system. This is Erdogan, president of of Turkey. Now, notorious hacker Finis Fisher claims to have hacked Turkey's ruling AKP party, and 3,300,000 internal emails have been brought out in the open. This is our own Jamtara. I mentioned about a movie in Netflix. Kindly see that. Police and others are not able to go into this and arrest these people. So it is very dangerous. There is another place in Romania. I don't know how to read that name of the village. My pronunciation can be funny. So you can see 100,000 people living here. They are all hackers. They are all cyber criminals. So these are two examples. This is that $1 billion click of a mouse. That is the Bangladesh over a Friday. Of course, they worked for 2 years. Nigerian criminals. They worked for Mauritius, and the bank is in Dhaka. The money was kept in New York, and money was withdrawn at Manila. Now imagine where all they have worked, and $83 million have been taken away, and still nobody has been able to detect it. Cyber spying, Symantec is a company. They found a new virus called Suckfly, and this is all worked in the intelligence area for the Army, Navy, Air Force. These are all various examples. Yahoo, I mentioned earlier. Online festive shopping attracts cybercrime. You can look at the figures. Per minute it is increasing, and percentage also is increasing year after year. Cyber attack cripples Dr. Reddy's global, this recently during pandemic time, because these guys are involved in that vaccine production and various other things. So they hacked into this thing. Here also personal data of 2 crores of users was taken away from Big Basket. All your families, they are using Big Basket for shopping and things like that. They have taken away the information. So disinformation campaign going by BJP, Congress, who all are doing that. It's a full-blown industry. Fake news. Fake news. Be careful about that. Cybersecurity challenges are growing with this 5G and IoT, with all these things. So quantum computing is becoming cheaper and faster and better. And vehicles can be attacked. I mentioned about earlier. Election security, EVM hacking is also a big problem. So data privacy, I mentioned about companies, people, medical providers, government agencies, and various others. You have to be worried about that. Then this is the Amazon fires an employee because he sold it for $40,000, 30 lakh rupees. So that is a common thing. What is the solution? Smart, be smart, stay safe. Don't give out your personal information. Even Mr. Amitabh Bachchan in Everyday KBC, he goes on telling you this. Don't meet up anybody whom you have never met in physical person, particularly girls I'm talking about. Don't accept any files or emails with tantalizing, attractive kind of pictures or text. Don't fall for that. You will be hacked. I can only sum up by saying I have done, it is 5:51. I have done a lot of theory. You could always ask questions. I will be able to answer. But I can only alert all of you by saying that awareness is the only key. Awareness is the only key, and people have to be aware about the operations they are doing, and they have to be not giving their passwords, and they have to change the passwords to 10 digits or 12 digits or more than that, and not be falling prey to their greed. Greed is the correct word. So you have to tell somebody if you are getting into difficulty. And I wanted to alert everybody that due to poverty, cybercrime would increase because people would like to earn their income. And you can hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So poverty, unemployment has increased. Because of that, there can be property crime. And because of that, you could lose your money. Keep your social media accounts private. Go on checking your privacy status. Password has to be strong, and don't allow others to have access to your electronic gadgets.
and don't visit dark web area by mistake also. Remember, your profiles are being watched by various agencies, intelligence agencies, or Amazon or various others. They are profiling you all the time. What you are buying, what you are seeing, what music you are downloading, all that has been trendy. Things are being watched by others. You are being profiled. So allow parental control if on electronic devices if you are small, not at your stage. Don't allow your parents to control. But don't get into deadly games that can be your age. Don't hesitate to approach the cyber police. And while shopping and banking, be careful. In case you can advise your parents, keep two accounts, one for spending by debit card and credit card where minimum money is there, and maximum money can be in other account, or maybe it can be in mutual fund, other things where hackers cannot get into that. So do not automatically install a software because it is free. We as Indians are very happy to accept anything which is coming free. In the airport, if somebody is giving you a USB keychain, we take it and insert it in your system, it is compromised. Don't take anything free. Be aware of suspect attachments. Never trust a link sent to you by someone you don't know. Never trust an email that asks for your personal or account information of yours or anybody. The smarter scamsters are the first one to warn you about scamming. A lot of people who are cheating you would say, be careful. A lot of others are cheating and all that. So these are my advice. These are my small little presentation, which you have missed it. It's only this much. I wanted to talk about the Roti Bank. Visit Roti Bank website, www.rotibankindia.org. My computer crashed because of some reason or the other. I didn't go into repairing that. So I switched over to my phone device and connected with you. So that is the end of my presentation. It is 5:55. In case people want to ask questions, they could always ask. I am available.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. You have certainly opened our eyes to the dangers in the cyber world today. And as someone in questions in the chat box, sir, am I audible?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, the questions. Yes, sir. We will now be reading out the questions.
Yeah.
So, sir, there is a question. How can we figure out whether our devices are being hacked and accessed by someone else?
You know, with a device, with a software called Pegasus, nobody, even your computer company like Apple or Samsung or anybody cannot ever find out, because these are invisible intrusions which nobody can ever be able to detect it. So the only way is that you check your status, your privacy, and various other things that openly you are not available to everybody. But if a government or an agency or any multi-tech company can start snooping on you, you will not be able to detect that there is a malware sitting in your mobile phone or computer. So my only advice is, technology has, for example, this NSO, Pegasus I mentioned, it is just not traceable. Nobody can trace. For example, Imran Khan's phone, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, our country has used Pegasus against him. So he would be having a lot of security. A lot of other country people also, prime ministers and presidents have been hacked by this Pegasus. But now they say that there are better variety of software. You can hear me. Variety of software. So
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can hear you. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
There is echoing here. There is a technical problem. There is, yeah.
Sir, are we audible now? Is there still an echo?
Yeah. You can hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Sorry about all these technical glitches. I have been changing 3 devices. This is the 3rd device I changed. Okay. Now tell me about the question, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You have yes, sir. So there
Yeah,
is
if you are still on the first question, I must say that the software which the criminals have invested in is so sophisticated that nobody can find out. Imran Khan's phone has been hacked by using Pegasus, and I was telling that some other Israeli company has come out with a better software which is much more sophisticated than Pegasus. For Pegasus, for all your information, our government spent 1 crore per phone. I hope you all are appreciating what I am talking about. 1 crore for hacking one phone. 300 phones they hack for 300 crores. So that you can't detect that intrusion in your mobile system. So I would only say that be careful and don't get into anything which others can blackmail you with. I think this is a good enough advice.
okay, sir.
Can we go to the next
Yes,
question?
sir. The next question is, how will we know whether it is a dark website?
You have to make efforts to go to dark website. Dark website doesn't come to you at all. you know, so, if you are going to learn any academics and various other things, whatever is happening in the open, all Google, blah blah blah, all the kind of thing which are normal youngsters and people like me would be visiting, it's all open. It is all not dark. Dark website is where you go and find out, trace, and look for narcotics or porn sites or buying weapons or getting some people killed and all that. That is a dark website. It can come under any name, any tag, any label. I hope you all understand what I'm saying. But your intent of doing wrong online gaming or Bitcoin sale, purchase and things like that, or kidnapping somebody and things like that, that is what is dark web. You want to buy pornography or even heroin, brown sugar and things like that, you have to go to dark web. You can't go to open site like your NCB caught those girls, and boys, arrested this girl, Riya Chakravarti and various others. You can't do all those things in the WhatsApp, So you go to dark web and get into this business, that is dark web. So if you don't want to risk your life and get into difficulty, you are not in dark web. I hope I made it myself very clear. You want to get someone killed, so you get into dark web looking for people who will go there and kill somebody. Correct? You got it?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Dalvi?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next one.
Okay, sir. Next question is, how do we deal when we are faced with some of these problems?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. One thing, prevention is cure. I want all of you not to look for any cure, but you have to be preventing. Otherwise, why did I shout so much for 1 hour? To make you to see that you don't get into trouble. Be aware. Only cure for all that is being aware that what am I doing, what am I getting into, what sites I'm opening, what I'm dealing with and things like that. But in case you get into cyberbullying, cyber stalking and various other things, you have to go to the police. First you inform your brother, sister, mother, father or your college professor or anybody and go to the Mumbai police And cyber security used to be run by a lady DCP called Rashmi Karandikar. I believe there's one more lady, maybe Ms. Yadav or somebody. You can go to the website and find out who is the DCP cyber crime and go BKC. You know BKC? There is a police station, BKC police station. There is a cyber police station there. Go there, tell my name and get a case registered. Otherwise, reach out to me. Okay? You got it? Okay, next question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If we download any crack version of software from a secure website, are we still at risk?
Any what you are downloading?
Any version of software.
You know, all these things where you are downloading, you have to verify, double verify, because most of the sites look very genuine. Because even fake website of RBI and Wipro or Infosys or TCS, these are all top class consultancies, services for software. They are the giants, multi-billion-dollar giants. But when these criminals start their websites, there's a small apostrophe or a S or a E or something which we don't look for it. So you're not very sure, you know, millions of people are losing money by falling prey to that kind of offers which these people make. So if you download a software where you are doubly sure that it is a reliable thing and you download software, yes, it is possible. But you have to verify and check. When it comes to payment and all that, if some claim comes from anybody, you could always, instead of paying or using your credit card, you can ring up and ask the other party that, are you the genuine party to whom I should pay money? Please believe me, in Mumbai, some companies, it is called man in the middle attack. There are two companies working. There is a man in the middle. He takes control of both the emails and start telling the company that you pay this 7 crores to a different account in a different city. All that our people have to do is to bring up the original company and ask, why have you changed the receiver? Why have you changed the bank account? If that much you don't do and you pay blindly, you are a loser. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Verification is necessary.
Yes, sir.
Someone says, I got a lot of spam calls, go to the cybercrime police station or go to the local police station and register a case. And if you can't, you can always send me a mail. Ask Raj Baruchar, I can help you anytime. Okay, next.
Okay, sir. Sir, somebody has raised their hand, Shardul Ahire. Shardul, would you like to unmute?
Yes, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Hello, good evening, sir. This is Shardul Ahire. So, my question was regarding social media presence, sir. So, we see a lot of times when people get rape threats or death threats, and because the account is anonymous, that is, we don't know who that person is, it's not traceable, so we are not able to get to them. That is one scenario. And on the
Shardul,
other,
1 minute, Shardul. We'll split your
Yes, sir.
question into two. First, what you said is a specific crime. And you can't solve it. Nobody will expect you to solve it yourself unless you are Sherlock Holmes. So don't try and solve any crime. You can't, because I taken 1 hour to explain that the cyber criminals are much better, much bigger, much sophisticated than the United States of America government.
yes, sir, I
So
understand.
Shardul, go to the police station and register a case. If they don't entertain, go to BKC. There is a cybercrime police station. They will entertain. And if you can't do that, then get in touch with me. Next.
Yes, sir.
Next part of your question.
Yeah, so I guess there was a misunderstanding. What I meant was that sometimes even these accounts are so untraceable, not just by us, but even by the police. So that is what I meant. And
No. There is no crime which police cannot solve. If police is not able to solve, then they are not police. They are also fake police, because they are supposed to have software and hardware which they are capable of doing this kind of a crime. What you are telling is the simplest of crime. You getting bullying messages or threatening messages or abusive messages are the simplest of crime. If they can't solve that, what police are they? Don't think that they can't do that. Cybercrime police station is much more sophisticated I had set up the cybercrime police station in 1999. That is 22 years old now. So they have got software and hardware. They will solve it. Go to BKC. I'm repeatedly telling again and again. Go to BKC cybercrime police station. They are very, very capable.
Right.
Next.
So, sir,
Next.
coming to the second part of the question, and the other scenario, as we say, is key because of revealing too much information on social media, we might get into trouble. So, my question is, this anonymity which exists today, what views do you have on that? Should it exist? That is, people making anonymous accounts, making 2 or 3 accounts without revealing their identity, or being the presence that we are in real life on social media also?
You stay away from all these anonymous people and anonymous matters and all anonymous things. If people cannot reveal their identity that I am Shardul Ahire, and with Shardul Ahire, I should be able to come to your house in the next 1 hour. So if that much of knowledge is not there, if everybody is anonymous, all wrong things are done because anonymity is guaranteed in the social networking areas. So wherever there is anonymity and wherever there is illegal activity or wherever other things happen, best is to stay away, focus on your study and focus on your other thing. Social networking can always see all this internet and other things are all given to you as a boon, BOON, boon. Use it for growing. Become a top class executive. Get few $1 million as your yearly income. Go to United States of America. Don't waste on social networking, pouting and showing selfie and with a crocodile and things like that. Why does a girl want to take a selfie with a crocodile, live crocodile? I don't understand. So stay away from all these anonymous and other pranks and crimes and things like that. Don't waste your time on such things. That's my advice. Okay. Like I'm using internet only to deliver lecture, to read books, to learn things and download my email and things like that. Beyond that, why should I go around fiddling with so many other things? Okay. Thank you. Next question.
Right, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Shardul. Take care.
Thank you, sir. We'll be taking only 1 or 2 last questions now. Sir, there is this question. Can you tell us about what police officers do to prevent these crimes or to catch cyber criminals?
Police officers do what to catch cyber criminals?
And to prevent these crimes.
The prevention is only giving you lectures and telling you to take care. Prevention cannot be done by police. There is no cyber patrolling on cyber highways. I hope whoever asked question will get my clear answer. There is no way, if that can be prevented, your Reserve Bank of Bangladesh would have prevented their losing $83 million. Okay. So there is no way you can prevent it. The whole world, for example, Pentagon is the Defense Department of USA. When you hack into them, they don't punish you. They give you a reward to let them know. When you let them know how you hack them, they give you a reward. So that means what? They are weak and vulnerable. They are willing to learn from you. So prevention is only by being aware. That's what is my question. Don't get into this thing and then Mumbai police or any police, they are going on investing in training in software, hardware. There is an organization called CERT in Delhi. And there are ministries. There are so many people are investing so much of money in developing all these things. And they are working at it to see that the national security is taken care of. But individual security has to be taken care of by ourselves. How much vulnerability, how much exposure you give to yourself is depending upon you. I mentioned about the journalist, investigative journalist. She wanted to marry somebody and that guy took all her address, mobile number, residential address and all that. And he was asking $300. He paid. Again, she asked for $2,700. Then she woke up and came to police. But nobody could find out who it is because that can happen from all over the world. I hope you appreciate.
Yes, sir. Understood. And the last question is, are the web cameras in laptops and computers hackable? Using them is inevitable. So what can we
No. There is a small plus. Listen, Richa, I'm jumping. I'm answering already. all these cameras can be turned off remotely by anybody. Okay, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yes. sir.
Hello? This camera with
Yes,
which
sir.
I am talking to you can be remotely switched on by you if you want. So women and others, when it is hacked, anybody can switch on the camera and record what they are doing in their private moments. And this Pegasus software can track people, their location. They can turn on your camera and record what you are all doing. So what you can do, a simple plastic device where the camera is there, you paste it. You understand what I'm saying? So even if someone turns on your camera, the aperture, the opening of that camera is closed with a plastic sheet. I hope you understand what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes.
See, for example, here,
Little
wherever is the camera, I can put my hand and close it, no? So that can be done by using a plastic piece, movable plastic piece, and the camera aperture can be closed. Even if someone switches on your camera remotely in the middle of the night, still your camera is not going to show them any picture. I hope I have given you a proper solution.
Yes, sir. We have seen those small plastic things in the
Yeah,
market as well.
Exactly.
Put on
You
our
can
cameras.
can paste a thick paper also. Even if the camera is on, it'll not show you a picture. That's about it. Simple homemade device. You don't have to look for a very expensive device. Okay. When you are using camera like I'm talking to you, I open that. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, there is one last question that has been asked many times. Nowadays, no transactions happen without OTP. If we don't share the OTP with anyone, is there still possibility of online bank hacking without
See,
sharing the OTP?
online bank hacking can take place by compromising your variety of emails or your mobile hacking and various other things. Taking OTP is the most easiest way of hacking into your system and things like that. But there can be other ways. I mentioned, that when you go to ATM and insert a card, there is a skimming machine which can copy your this thing. In the petrol pump, when you give your card, they insert it and all that. They take it to the office or somewhere, or in the restaurant you give. So they take it there. They can take a cloning this device, can take your card. And the readers, the readers of your cards can be used remotely by somebody coming closer to your body and take a copy of that. So with all this kind of skimming devices, your credit card, debit card, and other cards can be compromised. With that, your entire CVV is known there. When they copy your card, your money is lost. So this OTP, taking OTP is only one of those 1,000 ways of losing money. There can be other 999 ways of losing your money. So I mentioned that wherever you are using online transaction, I'm giving very valuable advice. Wherever you are using online transaction, keep that account separate. Keep 10,000 rupees in that. Even if you lose, somebody hacks you, you lose 10,000 rupees, but the other lakhs of rupees can be kept in a different account or a different format. Okay, that is what elders, when you make money, you are all college children, you may not be getting enough pocket money to spend, but when you make money, you can take precautions of not allowing the hackers to rob lakhs of rupees. Like I have two accounts. One is meant for my credit card, debit card, and various other things. The other one for other transactions. Online banking, when I do, I deal with only very limited money. And also, these days, all the banks are giving you credit cards and debit cards where for 2 minutes or 3 minutes until you buy your expensive thing, you can increase your credit limit, and having done a transaction, you can reduce your credit limit. I hope you understand. See, like my credit limit is 3,000 rupees. I want to buy a bag of 3 lakhs of rupees. So standing there in the store, by using my software, I increase my credit card allowance to 3 lakhs, buy the bag and bring it back to 3,000. Would you all people check up? For example, RBL, Ratnakar Bank Limited, has that facility. I used to be a director until the other day. That's a good idea, Your credit card limit can be 3,000 rupees. And every time somebody is swiping your card, you will get an alert on your SMS. Wake up. And any such false transaction done within 3 days or 3 hours or as early as possible, inform your banker. They will stop the payment. And Reserve Bank says the bank will have to compensate you for the loss which you have not indulged in such a withdrawal or crime. If somebody else has done that to you, the bank is supposed to compensate you. Okay. With that, we have reached the end of the presentation.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for answering all our questions. It was certainly very, very informative. Now I will invite the Professor of Political Science at Vazee College, Ms. Sangeeta Ahir, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Rucha. Am I audible?
I can
Yes,
hear you
ma'am.
loud and clear, madam.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Good evening to all. I'm Ms. Sangeeta Ahir, and I'm here to present the vote of thanks for today's webinar. I would like to thank our webinar speaker, Mr. D. Sivananda, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for such an in-depth and eye-opening deep dive into cybercrime and ethics. Thank you
so much, ma'am.
Thank
You
you,
can
sir,
see my
for
folded hand.
enlightening us on the topic. Like, it was really informative, and I'm pretty sure that this precise knowledge and awareness will definitely help us in the future. And I would also like to thank Principal Dr. B.B. Sharma, Vice Principal Degree College Dr. Preeta Nilesh, and Vice Principal Junior College C.A. Vidyadhar Joshi for allowing and encouraging us to conduct such informative program. I would also like to thank the Principal of St. Andrews College, Dr. Mary Fernandez, and Program Officer of NSS Unit of St. Andrews College, CA Rachel George, for helping us to organize this webinar. Lastly, thank you to all the audience present here for taking active interest in learning and making themselves aware. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. It was really informative.
Sir,
Sir, you're not audible.
Not audible. You are muted.
Yeah, I muted myself. Anytime, any awareness for college students, including women's safety or this cyber safety, I am available because it's my mission to prevent a crime rather than detect a crime. So I am willing to come and address anybody. Thank you very much. I wish everyone a very, very safe journey and take care. Take care. Thank you, madam. I'm taking leave from you.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
You, Thank you.
So much, sir. Thank you. Thank you to all the audience. Thank you, Sangeeta ma'am.
Thank you, Rucha.
Your presence is highly valuable. And all the participants are requested to fill the feedback form that will be sent in the chat box. Also, dear participant, elated to announce that the delegate registrations for Vazee Model United Nations have begun. The registration message will also be sent in the chat box and on the groups. We hope to see you there as well. So with that, we end the webinar.